That's right.
Let's see that some of the Genji action.
Well, one of Genji, Zeratul, and Nazebo will be available. So here we go. Going to be blue ban. That's MVP Miracle. This will be the second time in this series they get first ban. They had it on our first map, and now the fourth.
Today so far, I think the team that took Falstad won every single game. I think Miracle took it twice in the beginning and GG, Uj on Falstad. On game 3, I think. Falstad right now is one of the best hero for sure.
But when you get an early lead like that, he's just so powerful for the keep pressure. So good on a huge map like that one. He's good on this map too because you could just fly to ensure a dragon channel. So Miracle has the tough choice, even though they chose first ban. They don't have a concrete plan yet because they're just thinking about possibilities at this moment in time. The Genji Zeratul Swap-a-Doodle is going to occur in just a minute. Look to ban the Zeratul. Will GG give them the Genji? That's the big question mark going into this one.
I think they can consider that. Just from... Oh, no way. No Cyborg Ninja action again.
That's all right. He's in that place right now.
Now they're just gonna take Falstad. I think that, not that they won the draft already, but it's just so much power. Even after when, let's say GG takes Nazebo, but by macro, when Falstad has that epic mount, he can just fly from the top to the bottom to the side. Anything he wants to do, control on that shrine and get that Dragon Knight. Late game Dragon Knight, you can just go straight to core.
Well, GG will have to take the Dahaka here. It's going to be with the Malfurion rotation, so Jae Hyun will finally get that Malfurion this game for the first time. And Darvish will probably play the Kharazim. Question is who's going to be the sole laner here for Miracle. I think they're probably just going to pick up Tyrael, to be honest.
Yeah, I think if they go for that Nazebo for late game, Nazebo Tyrael sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, you have the scaling of Falstad and Nazebo. You have the late game pushing power. You have the late game scaling. Like, it's almost a comp that can't lose. Feels that way.
That's right, but Malfurion is finally taken for GG's side. And Jaehyun on that Malfurion with the Twilight Dream is going to be very powerful. And also Diablo is another option if they pick up the rest of the damage with the solid draft for GG's side. That's something I believe Miracle is also considering right now.
I vote Nazebo Tyrael. That's my vote. And that's exactly what they take.
Oh my goodness.
This is
How did you know?
It's almost like we've been casting this for 10 weeks, G-Clef.
That's right. It's like HGC Korea 101.
Yeah.
You pass.
This is my 31st day of HGC Korea casting. And I'm ready. So,
that's right.
GG is now potentially they could ban the Kharazim. I don't know if that's really the best option here though. ETC is something else they could ban, but then they're kind of limiting their own hero pool. I think Kharazim is like, as weird as this is to say, it's the safest ban.
I think so also because they're missing that melee, and sometimes MVP teams, both MVP Black and Miracle, fill in that Kharazim as the melee to dash in, take the melee, take aggro, and dash out. We've seen that play coming out from Merryday and Darvish so many times.
Well, they don't even have a highlight here. Both teams actually look defeated on the player shots right now. Like, well, no, it's like this series is not even over yet.
Okay, of course ETC is a solid ban to pairing up with Tyrael's Sanctification with the Mosh.
But now Miracle can ban Muradin and then just be like, and so what's your plan?
I think this is the power of first pick, of course.
Ban the Stitches.
Aha!
So Stitches seems to be a way to pull out the Nazebo and get those kills. With the root potential there, it's not a bad ban. This does give GG the opportunity to go for Muradin as their main tanker. Can't really solo tank the Haka. Don't let NA tell you that. There's the Muradin. And I was going to say Li Ming is the obvious choice here. So we could see a Nubarak. This is actually not out of the question because you have the Anubarak to soak up those magic missiles as the protection from Tyrael in the team fights. It could be just such a big bruiser, so much CC, very tanky. Can help make the game go to the late game that Miracle's looking for. Also has the burrow charge, which is so good on the shrines. Actually, the ability to enter or leave the shrine with an escape or, initiate is actually quite important. I know it sounds silly, but it's actually a huge deal. That's why, all the other heroes have to take the long way out, could lose time to actually hold or squat the channeling. I'm kind of leaning towards the Anubarak myself.
Yeah, they do have Tyrael for that magic spell armor and also the top shrine. They can send Tyrael up there. So maybe they can consider something else like Arthas, who has been not shown up at all today.
Yeah, Arthas is another good choice. It's going to be the Sonya, though, instead, with the Rhaegar.
That's Dami we're talking about. Now here comes the Sonya from Dami.
This is Tempest 2016, man. They have the Trinity. This Trinity of Summer, Sonya, Rhaegar, Falstad, all in one draft.
That's right, and instead of Kharazim, it's Rhaegar for the Ancestral Healing onto Sonya. Is going to have a lot more time sustaining in the front line with the Whirlwind, soaking up the HP.
This 4-man in the early game is going to be terrifying, and then when Tyrael swaps to the top lane, when Falstad swaps to the top lane, he's going to have the split push potential. This is a dirty draft for Miracle, but the draft of GG is solid. They have Malfurion, they've got the Muradin, they have a very standard draft. And the Dahaka is going to be able to answer for Falstad in terms of global trading, but he won't scale as well. So GG, if they're going to win this map, they probably want to win it pre-20. Very difficult to do on Dragonshire. We're going to move into game number 4 to see if Miracle can close us out, or if GG brings us to a game 5. In blue, Honkono on Tyrael, Dami on Sonya, Sniper on Falstad, Crazy moving on to Zebo, and Darvish on Rhaegar.
In red, GG, BDG on Tychus, Jaehyun on Malfurion, good on Dahaka, Hooligan on Muradin, and Ujay on Li Ming.
Fight well, heroes. That's what the announcer said in Korean there. It's time. See if GG can bring us to this 5th game. For me, I feel like Miracle's playing godlike in this series, though. They had the hiccup on Cursed Hollow. Their composition, the draft, was actually really well done by GG. But now they have a draft that suits their playstyle on the map. Ooh, nice Stormbolt with the root follow-up. The orb connects. That's a combo. That's a kill. That's first blood for GG. It will cost them some minions here. Looks like they're going to miss... actually, they missed 2 minions in this wave. It's actually pretty alright.
And this big rotation again. Dami just used the spear. He's going to go around, but no way of escaping this. That's going to be Falstad. He has to use the flight. Soak up that EXP later on.
Better early game rotations here so far for GG. GG going to come over here too. They want to get Honkono. Hooligan's not able to connect the Stormbolt, though. So this 4-man that I thought was going to be so terrifying just can't quite stay together so far for Miracle.
It's because they're lacking... The only problem with Miracle's team comp right now is they do not have too much CC. The only CC I'd basically see is Sonya's Spear and Zombie Wall to trap down. Actually not a great CC, but... Then compared to switch the side to GG, Malfurion, Root, Dahaka's Tongue Grab, and Muradin's Stonebolt. And the burst from Tychus and Li Ming should be enough to pick up kills. Crazy moving again. Rhaegar comes in for the damage.
I want to try to make this a trade. Ujay actually does hit his magic missiles there for the Force Armor, but it's not going to be enough. And Crazy moving living here. So they have to leave.
Very fast team fight joining by Sniper there, using the flight from beginning of the team fight.
This is what I'm talking about in the lane. Like, in terms of the longer fights on the Shrine, it's just so terrifying. It's a sustain coming out from the Whirlwind, the Spiders coming in for the heal as well. It's like, can you beat this? And nearly got the trade, but Miracle won with that quick rotation like you just mentioned. They're actually going to have the Siege Giant push here as well. With the Specialist and the Zebo to push the lane, it's It actually started to be pretty painful down there for GG. This is a unusual matchup. We see the Sonya versus the Dehaka up here in the top lane. Oh no! There's another root combo with the Stormbolt. And that's another kill, the third one this game for these GG rotations.
That's Jaehyun on Fury, and you gotta respect that and know that if actually it's kind of weird to say, but if you see a missing Malfurion from the lane, you gotta be careful because it's Jaehyun. Sonya overextends a little bit.
Yeah, well, Sniper came up for the gank, and feels like Miracle is falling apart here.
Is it time for the tilt? I hope not, because this is playoffs now, and if they lose, there's no way of coming back until Season 2.
Darvish very low. Oh! Gets out.
Just not enough.
Well, the rotation's still way better for GG. Hong Kong is going to deny one turn in, now with a mini wave, actually. Or not turn in, but channel. Now with the turn, they should get this around.
Spider's not doing too much damage yet. Just getting the quest done.
So Falstad will finally stop the top channel. Scary, scary moment. GG's still massively ahead in the EXP. They have the 7 talent tier advantage now. And oop, another Stormbolt coming in. Is the root follow-up there? Yes, it is!
Darvish survives!
And now they're going to try to turn this on to Wujie. Just barely gets out. Darvish actually went for the Lightning Heal upgrade at level 4 instead of going into Feral Heart, by the way, which is quite unusual. Actually holding his cleanse too. I think that's cleanse would be pretty good in these situations, to be honest. I think you probably have to lock that one in.
Because of all the CCs from the other side.
Yeah, he does actually eventually put it in. I'm like, are you? I don't even know what other talents Rhaegar has at level 7. Like,
I think he was busy.
He's like, gets far side. I'm like, no. I remember that one. That's the only one that I know.
Here comes Hooligan.
Oh, here we go again, but this time cleanse.
Yes.
This
finally,
time cleanse.
Finally, there's cleanse to save Crazy Moving. I don't think they have enough damage for the entire health bar of Crazy Moving anyhow, but still, Crazy Moving. And also, we've been seeing a lot, especially from Dami, Poison Spear at 7.
Yeah, it's actually becoming like a really big common trait. I think it wasn't as common back in the day because there were a lot more active, heals to deal with that, and also
heal talent was the way to go.
Also, the spear accuracy is way better now than it ever used to be. So, I just think everyone's way better at Sonya than they ever were before, even though she's not super meta right now. Like, that's one of the reasons why the Q builds for Falstad are just not as popular anymore. People just dodge it. It's like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could just auto attack, and that hits no matter what. You can't miss unless you're blind. So, and by that, I quite literally mean like the blind status. So the way those are gonna miss.
Like, I'm not blind, Wolf.
But yeah. So this is kind of the evolving of heroes, and I think that's one of the reasons why Poison Spear is so common right now. Is you just very rarely see an Ancient Spear miss. If you're gonna throw it, you know you're gonna hit it every time.
Because of the matchup, the strong matchup on the bottom, GG has the power boost right now. But once that Nazeebo stacks up with the Widowmaker, and that late game will be very strong. So GG has to make the strong push right now when they have the power.
Jaehyun should need some of that damage. Let's scout this. Wave of Force finally locked in here, and that's going to be all the talents on the side of GG. Miracle's about to have 10, but fighting this right now is suicide. Jaehyun not in position for the follow-up route this time. There's 10. It's not going to be a judgment game, no way.
Oh,
right?
Okay. For a second maybe.
I'm like, oh, leap judgment. Okay, all right.
There's another Hooligan, very good. There's an Ancestral Heal for the save, but wasted almost because of the gank.
Yeah, definitely.
Also used Gargantuan there.
Definitely a waste for that one. Sonya's holding this, by the way. Maybe looking for just the one leap engage that actually wins them the team fight. Sometimes that could be worth it. Very briefly, because Sonya did end up hitting Oliver Spears in the top lane. Very briefly, this is a channel for Miracle. Will they squat? Honkono goes for the squat, but no one's there.
No one's in the middle, so it doesn't really matter. And Sonya really holding 10 for a long time. There's Wave of Force on naming too.
Okay, they're actually going to rotate up. Honkono's going to hold this for the squat. They want the channel. They should know that BDG is here in the bush. Oh, Sniper. Maybe he doesn't. Has to gust. dodges the root. Such precision play here
Oh,
from
actually,
Falstad.
wave of force. I think he was about to E or a
Yeah,
wave, but the wave of force canceled it or something.
He already used it, I think, but like that was so. I mean, I know he died, but all things considered, like he almost lived. That was incredible,
yes.
incredible control and understanding of the gank situation. Like I feel like Sniper saw that whole situation in slow motion. That's what it looked like. Still dies, of course, with his. You know, sometimes the situation and the lack of understanding of rotational play can be more deadly than your amazing skill and understanding of the hero. Like, if he knew that was coming, he wouldn't have been there in the first place. Still almost survived, which is impressive.
That's right.
Sonya is still holding her heroic, by the way. Not showing that yet.
Dami just wants to have that threat. It's gonna be a Berserker anyhow at the end of the day.
So sad.
No leap as actually Berserker already used.
Yeah, she's
to
just
have
using
that
it in the top lane, yeah.
Pressure Dehaka is already half HP low.
It's such a low cooldown because you just kind of maintain it as long as you can, so it's not the end of the world. She used to be even lower in the past, but one of the reasons why she was permanent meta back in summer last year. Odin's pop. They want to commit to this fort with a Dragon Knight. Gonna jump in, crazy moving, stunned, immediate cleanse though. She walks back into the root. Ujay doesn't actually get the fort they wanted here. BDG gonna lose that Odin in just a moment. No rotation down from Sonya. This is just gonna be a slow attempted siege defense with spiders by MVP Miracle. They save the fort. And they will get 13, so hanging on in terms of EXP, despite the objective against them, they're actually not that far behind in structures either.
Once that sanctification places as aggressive, and Tyrael and Sonya jumps in together, and the Zebo falls that if they're able to do the free damage, that's going to be the team fight Miracle will be looking for in GG. It's their mission to stop them from coming in with the initial CC, the roots. I think they have to be a little bit more defensive, really trying to protect their back lines good, or more than staying with the back line to keep the entire team of Miracle away from danger.
Heroes doesn't really have like a laning phase, for example, but for the solo laner there certainly is, and they're actually trying to dive him here, and they're gonna it's gonna cost them big. Wu-Jay nearly goes down. He actually has to be careful because the Bruiser camp. Hooligan comes in for some of that action, has Avatar, but wants to avoid using it. Does survive here, but really good trade for Dami. But I just wanted to say, like, yeah, we haven't really seen the big team fight yet with the Sonya because she's just kind of stuck in that top lane, because in Heroes, in the solo lane, there's a phase, especially on this map, where you do just kind of step in the solo lane forever and babysit the Dehaka. And once they actually have an opportunity to fight 5v5, it's going to be different.
Maybe it's going to be enough damage. There's a heal coming out.
Oh, the Gust too for the punish.
Debated right there, and Sonya gets punished on top instead. And Good survives at the end of the day. No holy ground yet for Honkono. He's trying to body block.
This is actually a really tough situation. They have Twilight Dream as well. I don't think that Miracle can get any picks. They might be able to get the Siege Camp, but that's going to be at max. Meanwhile, this top push is so powerful with the Bruiser Camp coming in. And, I mean, they just cleared everything. The Bruiser Camp is there to push down the fort. Very frustrating to deal with. Look for the channel, just barely don't get it. The Unleash, I should say, as the channel is blocked in the bot lane here. Crazy Moving retakes this shrine.
How did Sonya die against Tychus?
I'm not sure how that happened.
He could have overstepped, or leaving just hit every single skill shot available onto Sonya.
That was not the Spire they wanted.
We'll never got to know, but here comes more action. There's Dami coming in now. He's angry as he was dead last time before the team fight.
Okay, they have the Sanctification to use with this. He already used his Wrath of the Berserker, forcing the Avatar. Here's the Sank. Really well placed, but unfortunately the gate was up, so they couldn't actually commit in. They will get the bot channel, but will they get more? They don't have any global or hero up there at the top. It's going to be the pick on the Tychus. I'm not sure if Sniper actually has flight available, but if he does, this might actually be an Unleashed Dragon Knight. I'm going to push this wave first as he kind of kites up towards the top. I'll leave that Archer minion. He fights to shoot it from another arrow, live another day.
Kind of forgot the first damage that Sonya can bring out. That was,
I mean, it's been a long time.
So much damage onto multiple targets at once. The poison is definitely helping pick up the kills at the end. But here comes Hooligan too.
Okay, Ancestral used very early just to make sure Crazy Moving lives, because he's going to be the main damage dealer in the fight in terms of range right now. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Good committing in. Already Hooligan is dead. It's going to be a double. Sniper comes down. He has the gust, but he's not able to get the angle he wants. Well, this is going to be an Unleashed Dragon Knight for sure. Jaehyun has to ice block. He gets away. Already Sonya's going up there to take it. Dami will just use his spear there with the upgrade. Slides in, gets the channel. Dragon Knight's unleashed. I'm going to push down mid. So finally Miracle gets the objective after a hard-fought early game. Scaling is starting to show. The Seasoned Marksman, the spider damage, Sonya play now that she's no longer just relegated to sitting in the top lane. When she's in the team fights, they have these good sanctifications to pair with her. Dami is doing a lot on his patented hero.
That's right, BDG was missing from his death before the fight because of Sonya's spear damage. BG maybe just losing the Dragon Knight and not giving up the shrine could have been a better choice there.
You know, it's funny too. You know, people associate Dami with the Sonya back from the Tempest days, but he very rarely played it. It was actually mostly lockdown. I would role swap onto the hero. Nice flight here.
Drag and Wave of Force a little bit too late. It's really gone on that Avatar. Maybe he can restore toss away.
All right, Dragon Knight's going to start working on this keep wall. The Toads come in. Hooligan needs to be careful. He's already popped his Avatar. It's going to expire soon. Very conservative usage of this Dragon Knight, actually. Not really committing. They didn't need to.
Also, there's Tychus on the other side. We can chunk down so much damage.
Okay, here comes the Wrath of the Berserker. Well, we see a Sank committed to on the other side of that cannon tower. It's out of ammo. The answer is no, but Good comes in for the flank. They may need to use it now. Here comes Honkoto. The Ancestral is perfect, but here comes the Twilight Dream. They need to get out of here somehow, some way, but they are cornered. Sniper finally goes down despite the Ancestral. MVU Miracle needs to just get out of here and cut their losses. They do get the pick onto Tychus. Ujay is so low. Gets that one kill there. They give him the dominance reset to actually survive through this. I think MVP may have stayed too long.
That's right, Dami's trying to look for the turnaround. There are so many CCs available. I think Darvish has to leave him. There we go. It's going to be a dead Sonya for sure. Ujay, that's the power of dominance. Ujay was so low, about to go down. I think he would have died even if he didn't get that 20% HP from that dominance talent.
Oh, so much pushing power up here. At least Darvish has decent wave clear and come up and get this rotated quickly with the Wolf Run. Man.
That was a very good teamfight handling from GG. That's the power of Twilight Dream coming out from Jaehyun.
The Twilight Dream was really good, and also I feel like Miracle could have walked out with only 2 dead had they not been overconfident. Dami was like, no, I can actually win this fight. Forgetting about dominance as well, because even though Li Ming didn't directly get that kill, she was part of the takedown, so even though she wasn't even anywhere near it, she still got that health back. And then he died as a result afterwards. And even after that moment where Ujay had the heal, you could see Dami's movement. If you go back and watch the VOD too, you'll see like he actually hesitates for a moment, walks forward and back, forward and back, forward and back for a few minutes. Like he's like, I think I can do this. And the team is like, no, pinging him to get out. And he ends up dying there. So ends up being a very expensive exchange for Miracle. Had that Dragon Knight, had that momentum. But now it's GG that just very slightly will get level 20 first. Should be with this camp. There it is.
It's about even, and GG hits that 20 a little before Miracle does. I believe that was Seasoned Marksman completed for Falstad.
Yeah. I actually didn't read either, but I assume that is the only thing that could be finishing at this time of the game.
There's that 20. Now Nazeebo's power will come along.
See if he gets it instantly or not. It's going to be Storm Shield for Rhaegar. And Tyrael's going to hold on to his for now.
And
stays with the Hardened Shield, not the Nexus Plates this time, which I think is reasonable considering there's not much to slow and grab onto here.
It's all right. There's the Epic Mount to out-rotate the entire team.
That's the scariest part, because then Falstad really becomes a strong split pusher.
You see the stats, 167.
He's very
9
close.
Off, 8 off now. It's going to be very close. By the next fight, of course, we'll be finished.
All right, this is going to be the scary moment where Miracle can actually collapse up here.
Repulsion from Li Ming. She wants to be. Ujay wants to be extra safe when Sonya comes right in.
Yeah, you're going to send Sonya into like game 5 when you hit him with that one. Seriously, like in a totally different battleground entirely. When she comes back, we'll tell you what Game 5's Battleground will be.
You referring to Gigi? Gigi's going to take it?
I mean, I'm just saying, if Sony gets knocked out of the map, probably.
Yes, for sure. And now here comes the rotation.
Ooh, that was a missed spear, actually. Here's going to be the CC lockdowns on the Dami. It's going to have to be an Ancestral, but there's the silence. It can't Ancestral, and that's already Dami is dead. 2 amazing Twilight Dreams here for GG. Jaehyun on point, finally, now that he gets his Malfurion.
It was clutch play, also Repulsion did the last bit of damage. Without Sonya, Miracle has barely any front line, or Unkono, if he dives in, he has to pop that Sync to save himself, so there's no way of fighting. Gladly, they have, I believe, almost all the keep walls open for all lanes. Even a Fortnite. There's a Repulsion there. He was looking for the kill.
Sniper's stuck, man, in this awkward position. That's real dangerous. The mini wave's still there. He has to Epic Mount away. Gonna look for the damage now onto BDG. This wall is still up, looks like.
This won't be a core, but I think GG can strongly just go in and take. Actually, even try to go for 2 keeps here. Sonya still has 13 seconds away from revive.
I feel like they're not playing this conservatively enough to go for the double keep. Like, BDG just went in despite not having his teammates' protection. He was actually hyper aggressive. And so they only get a wall with this, with all the damage Sniper was able to do, because he came down alone while the top was being pushed by the team. So I don't even know if he's even going to get 1 here at the end of the day, actually. This is a really interesting gust. Trying to save Hong Kong. He already used his hardened shield, so possibly would have been able to get out anyways. But this Dragon Knight doesn't accomplish as much as GG wanted it to. And Dami now going to go in. The Sanctification is available. He's going to drop it here in just a moment.
And Twilight Dream is back just now. He's going to bolt in, and big Twilight Dream goes up. There's this isolation onto Tyrael, but Sanctification is popped, and Ancestral goes on to Dami.
Okay, here comes the Epic Mountain. They want the chase on Huja. The Spiders do so much with Violent Vection. That's going to be the wipe. Only Hooligan survives, and Miracle is out for blood now. Going to go ahead and push this bot lane. They want to try to win the game right here, right now. They want to get into that next round against their rivals, Tempest. And there's just nothing to stop them now. Coming in, it's up to Hooligan, the lone survivor here. Just so much damage in that last fight from up the Spiders. The Sanctification was incredible. And Sony did enough damage. This is going to be game over. No one here with the respawn. MVP Miracle did it. A lot of people consider them the underdogs in this series, but they did it. They will take the series 3-1 in advance to face Tempest in our 2nd round of the playoffs. Storm Shield is popped, but the core will go down. They take the series 3-1.
What a play from MVP Miracle. Perfect execution at the very end. It was also very close. Crazy Moo being surviving until the late game. Nazeebo Power Spike coming in, I think, made the biggest difference, of course, melting down every teammate, the front line and the back line. And Dami just wants to be aggressive on that Sonya. It's like back in Tempo Storm Dami in 2016.
Yeah. That felt old school, man. You get the fall stats